Time travel, predicting the future, and looking into the past have all been claimed to be possible at one time, and by a wide and varying range of people. From the mega famous predictions made by Nostradamus, which he saw when meditating and looking into a bowl of water, to the visions of Edgar Casey and his predictions and stories of Atlantis. People have long been searching for a way to either peer into the future or look back upon the past. As far as most know, there is no device capable of such a thing. Or maybe there is. Let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on history and mystery. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video again. The Vatican, the holiest of cities, is home to many secrets. Beneath its statue-lined cobbled streets and ancient papal buildings hides a labyrinth of secret tunnels, rooms, and chambers. These secret alcoves are said to be hiding everything from records of past Catholic history to proof of extraterrestrial contact. There are over 50 square miles of secrets hidden beneath the ornate marble floors of the basilica, so plenty of room to store records and artifacts away from the snooping eyes of the general public. WikiLeaks, the group that is often the source of leaked news, claim that the Vatican and the CIA have teamed up and that they are using our technological devices to listen in on our lives. I have looked at targeted individuals and their claims in the video linked above. This may be worrying enough for some, but there are claims that this duo are not just spying on things today, they are also taking a sneaky peek at the future and examining the past. The Pope in the Vatican is said to be hiding a time-seer machine, a technology that it is claimed can bend time and space. The program was defined by the whistleblower who leaked the story. It is said to give quantum access to those who use the device. Alfred Lambremont Weber, a writer who has penned many books on the idea of time travel, also made the claim that the Vatican and the CIA have a range of secret programs which allow people to travel freely backwards and forwards in time. He goes on to tell of a time-seer machine which enables its users to access the traces left by past events and actually view scenes from history. According to his research, the machine, something that is said to resemble a creation of a 1950s science fiction film, is known as a Chronovisor, and while it does not let a person step into the past, it does display the sounds and images so that a user can view them and have a window into the past. As an historical center of power, the Vatican has kept tight control over the time-bending technologies, granting only loyal states access to the secret. This is when we can find the links to the CIA. The author goes on to make the claim that the US Alphabet Agency was in part formed by the Catholic Church. He says the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, in the US was formed with the help of the Vatican and is in fact the Jesuit Secret Service. He then goes on to explain how the Vatican subcontracted this technology to the US, the Pentagon, and CIA in the late 1960s. The Americans are not the only nation said to have been granted access. The British government may also be involved in this future time viewing technology. MI5 and MI6 and the CIA are really creatures of the Vatican's Secret Service going back centuries, says Alfred. So just how far back does this go? If we are talking time travel, we must consider the problems such as the grandfather paradox. European monks, Father Pellegrino Ernetti from the 15th century order of Saint Benedict and Father Francois Brune first tried to expose the secret technology after the Second World War, but were ridiculed in the media. According to the French priest and paranormal author, the Chronovisor is a device owned by the Vatican which allowed people to view events in the past or future. In the book The Vatican's New Mystery, written by Father Francois Brun. He tells of how the Chronovisor was constructed during the 1950s by the Italian scientist and priest Father Pellegrino Maria Arnette. Arnette was not working alone. He was part of a team of 12 world-renowned scientists. A couple of well-known names pop up at this point: Nobel laureate and physicist Enrico Fermi and rocket scientist Wernher von Braun. So what does this device look like, and just how was it built? The Chronovisor is housed in a large cabinet. Atop of this cabinet are long antennae made of unknown alloys comprised of unknown metals. Looking like a TV from a retro tech shop, a screen is connected to a cathode ray tube with a control panel full of buttons and levers used to dial in the dates the viewer wishes to see. The Chronovisor can be programmed to view and record specific times, locations, and even people in the past or future. Father Arnette further claimed that the Chronovisor worked by processing electromagnetic radiation residue from these past events, using this radiation to create its images, which could then be displayed and watched much in the same way as a regular television. Well, a pre-digital age television. The clergyman went on to say how he had personally watched a number of historical events unfold. So what did he see? Well, he used the Chronovisor to view the crucifixion of Christ, something that would seem fitting for a man of the cloth. There is said to be some proof of this with a photograph published in 1972. The May issue of Italian weekly news magazine published a picture that is said to depict the crucifixion and was captured using this Chronovisor. In somewhat of a twist in the story, Father Arnette said that this picture was a hoax. The priest and scientist said that the photo's clarity and proximity was uncharacteristic of the Chronovisor's photographic capabilities. This was supported when it was later found that the photo was strikingly similar to a reverse image of a wood carving by sculptor Colette Valera. In addition to the crucifixion, Father Arnette told that he had also seen a 169 BC production of the tragedy Thyestes, which has been considered a lost work in modern times, as only a few fragments of the text remain intact. I guess taking in a show is something you do when you travel time as well as when holidaying in a new location. Father Arnette must also have a somewhat superpowered memory, as he claimed to have reconstructed the entire text. This was later translated to English by Princeton University professor Dr. Catherine Owen Eldred. The expert went on to say that she thought he had written the play himself rather than transcribing from an original performance. This could well be the case, or maybe the old priest's memory was not as good as he thought. Father Arnette passed away in 1994, but before his death, he gave an interview in which he told how he had just partaken in a meeting at the Vatican with the last remaining scientists who worked on the Chronovisor. According to Father Arnette via Brun, the Chronovisor had then been dismantled. On his deathbed, Father Arnette reportedly recanted his claims of the Chronovisor. However, Brun theorized that Arnette was coerced into making a false confession. The knowledge of building such a machine would be priceless, and I can imagine something that would be highly prized by any country and its security agencies. So what do you think? Was the Chronovisor a real device, or is this just another unprovable time travel tale? Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, if you like what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. If you'd like to support me, there are links in the video description to my Patreon and my merch. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.